Hey, crypto family. So, I have some important news articles I want to talk about today, along with what's been going on in the market. So, as you know, Bitcoin's still pretty choppy. Today hasn't been too good for many coins. Bitcoin's down 0.15% at $6,755. We have EOS actually down 10% to $7.80. And then the rest of the coins, again, down anywhere from 5 to 15%. Now, Bitcoin Diamond is actually another one. It's down 33%. And this goes to show you that, if something spikes all of a sudden, never jump on it, because Bitcoin Diamond actually, I believe it jumped over 30% over the past, actually over 100% over the past couple of days. So you always got to be careful with coins that jump this much in a short period of time. Unless they have a lot of fundamentals behind them. Again, do not jump on them right away. Always wait for some consolidation and then maybe look for some growth in the future. But again, always be careful with these coins that jump all of a sudden, especially if they don't have, a lot of news around them or just any fundamentals in general. So something to keep in mind. But looking at Bitcoin here, so I mentioned that the 6,700 level was pretty important because you saw it proved resistance here, and then it was providing support on the 4-hour chart. And we saw it broke through that, went to a low of 66.26, and since then hasn't been able to break back above 6,700. Now it did touch the second support of 66.26. So again, around that $6,600 level that I drew here. And again, if we break below this support, then I'm looking towards potentially 6,500 and then back to where we were at 6,300. So these are very important levels to watch. And again, it's been pretty choppy. The RSI is still slightly overbought. So there is some more room for the downside. So again, just keep that in mind when trading. I know a lot of people are staying on the sidelines right now because they don't know what's going to happen. So just something to keep in mind. But one of the news articles that came out today may or may not be causing some of Bitcoin's decline. But it says the decentralized crypto exchange Bancor reports security breach and remains down for maintenance. So those who don't know what Bancor is, basically it's a decentralized exchange. And they sell, a lot of cryptocurrencies on there, and a lot of people like it because it is a decentralized exchange. Now, unfortunately, they were hacked, but luckily, a lot of the users, or none of the users, lost any funds. So it says here, this morning, Bancor experienced a security breach. No user wallets were compromised. It says, to complete the investigation, we have moved to maintenance and will be releasing a more detailed report shortly. We look forward to being back online as soon as possible. So about $12 million was stolen from the Bancor exchange. And it says about $12 million worth of Ether and then $1,200 worth of Pundix and some Bancor tokens as well. So again, these hackers are all over the place. It goes to show you never be too careful and always keep your coins on a cold storage such as Ledger, Nano X, or Trezor. So, something to keep your coins off of exchanges, and always be mindful that these hacks do happen. So, keep your funds safe. Now, on a more positive note, it says major future exchange CBOE files for Bitcoin ETF, increasing probability of approval. So, as you know, last year, there were a lot of people trying to apply for the Bitcoin ETF. I believe the Winklevoss twins tried to apply for it, and then a couple other companies tried to do so as well. And they were shut down because the SEC basically said that cryptocurrencies are still a really volatile market. There's not a lot of regulation, and there's a lot of opportunity for price manipulation. So basically what the CBOE is saying is, hey, a lot of countries overseas, such as Japan and South Korea, have turned towards that regulatory stance and are working to protect their users. So, there's a much more cohesive environment with cryptocurrencies. And basically, they're using that as leverage to help the SEC to see that, a lot more people are jumping on board now. A lot more countries are, looking at Bitcoin as more of a regulatory framework and something they can implement in their everyday lives. So it says here that the CBOE will provide insurance. It says it'll provide comprehensive insurance coverage underwritten by various insurance carriers. The purpose of this insurance is to protect investors against loss or theft of the trust's Bitcoin. The insurance will cover the loss of Bitcoin by, among other things, theft, destruction, Bitcoin in transit, computer fraud, and other loss of private keys. So, this ETF is only for Bitcoin. They're only trading Bitcoin, and it's over the counter. So that's great because it won't affect any volume if there's like a large dump, it won't affect the main exchanges. So it's all over the counter. But so in order for them to have this Bitcoin, they have to buy it from the exchanges. So again, that's good for Bitcoin. That causes a lot more cash flow to come into Bitcoin. They have to buy all that Bitcoin and hold it so that their investors can buy it over the counter. So this is very positive news. If CBOE can get this across, and if the SEC gives this the green light, then we will see a lot more investors come into the market, because they'll have that security knowing that their funds are safe and protected with that insurance. So I thought this was great news. And again, very, very bullish long-term on Bitcoin, especially if this gets approved. So just keep that in mind when seeing all this choppiness going around, and, don't get discouraged, because I very strongly believe that we will see Bitcoin above, 20, 25,000 by the end of the year. So keep that in mind when trading. But with that, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, comment if you have any questions, and please subscribe if you haven't. Every 500 subscribers, I'm giving away $100 worth of Bitcoin, or $50 worth of Bitcoin, to 2 random subscribers who leave a comment on my latest giveaway video. So again, always doing that. So keep that in mind. And until next time, thanks for watching.